Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 5 of Aurora Overwatch Clash. I'm FlamboJambo here on the play-by-play, joined with Paninii on prod and color. And do we have a match in store for you guys tonight? We will have the 0-4 Lancelot's Lancers taking on the Schnabeltier. I can't say the full name, so I
Stuhr
apologize.
Schnabeltier.
The Stuhr Schnabeltier, as we will be heading to Ilios for our first map. And the exciting thing for all you Reinhardt fans, this will be man on woe man here on these maps, as both of these teams have agreed, as we will likely reset the map as it looks like we're on bad servers. Both these teams have agreed to play the Reinhardt 1v1 brawl type of looks here with Cat, loving that as well as Booney. So should be for sure an exciting series, especially if that continues. I don't know if that's just this map or the entire series even. I know there will need to be substitutions made at some point, but we will see.
I am really interested here on what the DPS lines run. Because like we know Neptune is like kind of known for that Pharah, which does play really well into that Reinhardt. But on the other side, like I guess Dong could play a flyer, but Invictus kind of known for those hit scan. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Booney try to play really aggressive and try to either run down and take that space from Invictus before he can set up. But if he's unable to do that, Invictus, especially if he goes that Ashe, should be able to get a lot of poke damage, a lot of this big AoE damage with those dynamites that could put a lot of pressure onto Booney. There we go, finally.
So yeah, and I think the big thing though to point out is, you know, the two people I'm looking at, right? Obviously, you can talk about Neptune and Invictus. Both these players you're expecting to have really impactful plays coming in on this map, right? On this these points as a whole. But I'm looking at Dongwaggler and Corey. Corey obviously is ringing for Zinth. You know, usually they like having that Pharah in the air, but still no sloucher here on the DPS role, right? Is kind of that main DPS player for the Sydney Sea Dragons, and Dongwaggler. If you, and I mean no offense to Dongwaggler with this, but if you want to know like what are the most annoying hero pools, Dongwaggler has it. He plays Vay really well. Yeah, he plays Pharah very well, and he plays Tracer and Sombra very well. So a lot of those very good into, you know, that full Reinhardt brawl, so we'll see how that goes. But I like Invictus starting on the Tracer. I think that's very strong for their team, as we will see early point control here in favor of the Lancers, forcing but Neptune with an immediate pick, a nice headshot onto Invictus. That opens up so much space now for the Schnabeltier to walk forward, try to contest on this point. Neptune falling a little bit low, has to cry over threes. Both pins come out from the Reinhardt, but Dongwaggler with a nice poop on Zainu Baba. That's a much better trade right now in favor of the team. But Booney gets two. Corey will clean up, picking out Dongwaggler on the side of the map. Nathan has to jump off to not give any ult progress forward, and the Schnabeltier in dominant fashion taking that first point.
Yeah, like when you're talking about these COF points, a lot of teams try to play for that point. A much different rotation coming out from the Lancers. The Lancers try to rotate straight to point, but the Schnabeltier know that they don't necessarily need to win point, they just need to take that space. So they got a much better space, kind of cornered all of the Lancers and just won that fight.
Neptune again, big icicle chunking out Dongwaggler, not quite respecting that that icicle damage. It is the most damaging projectile besides Hanzo arrows in this game, especially if you get a headshot. So excited to see Neptune, fantastic player, rocking this May, but again, Lancers needing to try to find an opening on this point. Dongwaggler still chunking in the damage at 75% towards the barrage. That could be big. The burst has to be used from Nathan to try to keep Cat up, but they're being pounced on. But in fact, Cat will find Charbotron first. Corey will trade out with Invictus. Both teams now in kind of interesting spots here. Dongwaggler in a lot of trouble behind the point. The Blizzard is used by Neptune just to ensure the point cap, or when Neptune will get rusty boom off that. Cat gets Corey, and the barrage comes out, gets Zainu Baba, but it is traded by Neptune. It's just Cat now on the point. Will fall to Booney. And it looks like, again, the Lancers have to reassess, regroup, as kind of a dominant showing already right now for the Schnabeltier.
Yeah, it was a really expensive fight there for the Lancers, despite the fact that they lost. They used the Blizz and the Pharah, two of their big DPS ults here. Good news for them is they are getting, they do have this window here slightly before Zanubaba, but the feed advantage for Charbatron is going to be huge here.
Feed is, sorry, window is used, does get wall. Both come out with the chatter, but Boonies is better to connect first. Cat will fall, Invictus will fall, a nice pin to confirm. Dongwaggler falling low, the high noon from Corey zones him out completely. The window as well from Zanubaba, just to confirm the point. And the Paige said it first, so I'm allowed to say it, an MTD by Booney on that Reinhardt on this first point.
Yeah, this fight, especially playing in the Ryan v Ryan, it comes down so much to just who hits these shatters better, who gets that follow-up of those shatters. Booney, I think, hit 3, also canceling Paige's shatter. It's a huge fight-winning ultimate coming out for Booney there, who I'm sure is super happy to be back on his main here. Going on this next point here, too.
This is the point that will favor the Lancers more. Again, you have Dongwaggler and Invictus. They like to be playing these poke kind of characters, right, with the Widowmaker Hanzo coming out. However, right, the downside of that is Cat has to play so safe, and in the, you know, in places where those snipers can get that value, right, and if Cat gets walled or separated, then they're gonna have so much harder of a time to try to get a punish on Booney. So the space is there for Booney to kind of walk forward and kind of dominate in this matchup, but we'll definitely see here as Dawn swapping back now instead of opting for that Pharah again. Chunking out that side. They're looking for a flank on the side of the Schnabeltier. They'll find Cat. Cat swinging though. Charbatron very low. Invictus as well will eat an icicle. Not able to get healed again, playing on that back high ground. But the Schnabeltier are in kind of an awkward spot here. They're kind of getting choked out as Invictus will get that first pick on the Corey. The lamp has to be forced, and that should find Booney falling here. Rusty Goomba with that well, not micro missiles, but things from the Juno. Cat will clean up. Zanubaba does get Dongwaggler out of the air, but will die late here. Just Charbatron alive on this point, trying to get out, and instead we will see Rusty Goomba chase him down and get the kill.
Yeah, like you said earlier, that kind of a difference between two styles. Neptune now going onto that Widow, trying to match Invictus here. But the fact that you are playing that poke, it is kind of a lot harder to play that Lucio, as you don't get to play as fast and as grouped together. So I do really like this Allari Juno swap. Juno is just one of the stronger supports right now, and Allari allows your team to kind of play a little bit more pokey, a little bit slower, put a little bit more damage in. But now that we see the swap coming out for the Schnabeltier, I think this is a slight advantage here in terms of comp for the Lancers.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Again, I much rather the support line here, but the big shatter finds Zanubaba. Dongwaggler will find that pick off of Paige's shatter. He will also find Booney in this fight. Paige pinning in at 25% HP. They want to find Corey here. Corey falling very low. Neptune is low. They'll get staggered out in this fight. Booney with a big charge in. Needs to be careful though. They don't have the team behind them. And will need to sit, and again, almost a complete flip in tempo from the last map here, as again, this more poke style with the Reinhardt is much more favored for how the Lancers like to play this comp.
Yeah, like I said, I think that is a big advantage there, just kind of identifying win conditions and playing to their strengths. It also doesn't help that Paige built the shatter a lot faster, but Neptune takes down Nathan. Huge pick early here.
Neptune does get the barrage though is what I'm watching the backline, as they will find Neptune. Rusty Goomba finds Corey as well. The Juno ult is just such a good ult, especially in these matchups against the Reinhardt, as Cat will clean up. We're at 80% and counting now for the Lancers. It costs you 3 of your ultimates, but I don't think you're too upset to know Neptune has to swap to the Tracer to try to get this touch, but I don't even know if they can. The Shatter connects on Cat. Cat can maybe die here, but Rusty Goomba's there. Invictus finds the pick on Corey. Corey already out of this fight. Neptune is there with a touch, but might fall already. Has to use that recall. Cat once again gets pinned, is very low, but has the support there. Booney, the Chatter comes through. I don't know if it connected, but Nathan will find one. Cat will find the other. Dongwaggler cleans up, in the Lancers will make it a 1-to-1 point differential right now on Ilios.
Yeah, no team so far has won the recontest on Koth here. Like we kind of see, like one of the facets of these control King of the Hill maps is it's so much harder to recontest and try to re-attack into these points as it is to defend. Both maps we've seen so far, the team that defends is allowed to kind of set the tempo and just kind of play these corners, play this space, which is one of the things that Reinhardt is best at. So kind of just showing that Reinhardt, like with the point control, is really strong on the defense and really hard to break through.
More to learn.
And I like the look again from the Lancers here, going double flyers. This Ilios well is kind of notorious for being able to run those flyers, kind of sit them around this windmill. As we will see Lucio now from Rusty. So very...
It's just a speedo
spot. Oh, no, never mind. They do swap back. But I was going to say very greedy support line there, just trying to get utter value kind of with a little bit lower healing output, but immediate poke from Dongwaggler onto Corey. Corey had to be healed up by Zainu already. As Neptune falls low as well. Corey and Neptune both getting chunked out in these cages where this brawl is happening. Corey has to get out. Invictus with a nice beam falls low though, and pin onto Cat from Booney. Cat can get punished here, but they're not playing as a team. Both of these rosters are kind of separating, trying to take these individual fights, and Invictus will get the better of Neptune, and now it's a 4v5 in favor of the Lancers. And the Schnabeltier are kind of trapped here in this point. The Pharah just chunking them out from above. Paige is able to walk forward with that Juno boost. And again, the Lancers able to just stabilize around this point, have this first set of progression here. Invictus falling a little bit low, needs to be careful, but will be kept nice and healthy from those Juno shots.
Yeah, Invictus is playing, I don't think I've ever seen him play Echo before, ever since, at least since I joined the season. Able to kind of get a pick onto Neptune really early in that fight there. Neptune kind of known for his Flyers play, so kind of surprising to get that pick from Invictus. But now that Zane has this Nano is such a good ultimate here, can use it just on the Rhine or on this Echo, and just play really aggressive here.
Yeah, Neptune will get Nano, but Dongwagler's immediately just out of that fight. Neptune not really able to get a whole lot with that Nano as it's already expired. It's just Dongwagler falling low here, but the Alariel comes out, connects on Charbotron and more. Charbotron will fall. Booney very low, gets the pylon though. Corey with the high noon will find Cat. Nathan cleans up the backline, just chunking in his damage. Nathan with 3 in this fight. The point will flip, but Invictus with the duplicate to ensure the fight win for the Lancers as Booney will get staggered out on point. And it is not looking good if you are a fan of the Schnabeltier on this
Yeah, the good news for them is they did get a lot of ults out, but the problem is they did use a lot of ults of their own. The dupe, having the dupe advantage here after Invictus kind of had to use his late to stay alive and secure that point is really nice that Neptune has this advantage, but another thing, again, I'm looking at these shatters. Both Rhines have their shatter. It might just come down to who gets the better shatter, but Rusty Goomba with this Juno ult is just probably one of the best ults in the game. Can either layer that on top of your own shatter or use it defensively if Booney does hit the shatter on the page here.
And even if the Schnabeltier do win this fight here, you're at 84%. The duplicate comes out from Neptune onto the Pharah, just pumping out the damage. The Juno ult in response by Rusty Goomba, keeping the team nice and healthy. The point will flip, but Paige is going in. They have the counterpin. Booney's in trouble. The Bionate, though, will keep them alive, and Paige gets shattered. The duplicate barrage will come through, find 2 on Cat and Nathan, yeah, Dongwaggler will find Corey, though. Invictus will find Zainu Baba. The backline is crumbling under Invictus. Invictus falling low from Neptune. They will get the pick. This point flip is so massive here, but Dongwaggler is still alive, pumping in this damage. Rusty Goomba still has that pylon as well, keeping them nice and healthy. Neptune trying to find this pylon, poke in that damage, but they're not able to find these kills. Enough Catty's back. They have Shatter. Booney's low. The Shatter will connect, but it does the job of killing Booney. And Dongwaggler still pumping in this damage as the barrage that they needed. The point will flip, and the Lancers still in fast control on this point. It's so disastrous. Corey falling very low will follow Cat as the Lancers charging forward. Neptune will have the touch, but it might be too little too late as they will fall to Nathan. And ladies and gentlemen, the Lancers will be the Ilios champions in this man v Woman matchup. Dongwaggler getting that kill, and yeah, I don't think Zainu can touch. Or yeah, they will, but
only so much he can do. Now Corey's probably gonna touch. Only so much he can do.
Yeah, we're in stagger. It's not over yet, as now Neptune is still back in, looking for these picks. Has to play around cages. The Lari art comes out.
Oh, the
beat from Charbotron. This fight, hang on, is not over. The pylon's still up though, doing so much healing. Neptune accidentally killed themselves, and now it's over.
But yeah, honestly, overall, Woman wins. Overall, much cleaner fight there from the Lancers outside of that first point, where I think it was just kind of the Schnabeltier get that early point flip and able to just control the space so well. The Lancers played overall much better there, able to kind of play more as a team, and like you said earlier, kind of use that stylistic difference there and just kind of take advantage of their win conditions. And there we go. But yeah, like coming into this too, I know kind of we mentioned on this podcast last week, a lot of these winless teams are so hungry to get their first win and are so locked in. The Lancers are one of these teams. They have not gotten their first win yet, currently 0-4. So if anyone in the league wants to get their first win, it's the Lancers right now. So we'll see if they're going to be able to continue.
Again, Lancers, one of two teams besides the Owls currently winless. But if the Lancers win tonight, the Owls will officially be the last winless team in the league. They of course already played their week 5 match versus the Quails. So we do go to New Junk City, interested to see if there's any changes. We do see Simply Dino coming in for Rusty Goomba on the support line. Again, very strong support, but it looks like the Lancers are keeping this momentum going with Paige running the Reinhardt. So
yeah,
again, we'll see if the Schnabeltier will again stick to their guns, think that they may be better at this Rhine v Rhine, and or if they make any adjustments.
So here's the thing, for the Lancers perspective, Paige is winning the Rhine v Rhine. Just in terms of the map, Paige's team won that. So if I'm the Lancers, I just keep it the same. The problem is, I don't think there is no binding contract for this. So at any point in time, the Booney could just roll out on like the Ramatra or something. I don't think he would, but I mean, there's always that option. Someone could just break the gamesmanship just to try to get an advantage in this series here.
Listen, call me no fun and lame, but you did the one map.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying.
You can try it again here at the start. But if I'm seeing double flyer or like May Bastion or like stuff like that here, and the Reinhardt from the side of the Lancers, I would not blame Booney if he makes adjustments or changes.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, like both of these teams are struggling. They do definitely need wins, especially at this point in the season. Yeah. So I think I think Paige, Cats, that's what I meant to say. Cat and Booney are both pretty honorable people, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them both kind of stick it here. But I would not be surprised if either of these people just swapped Ramatra just to do it. But
Paige definitely would not. I think Paige is playing Reinhardt no matter what.
True.
Paige wants to play the Reinhardt. That's what they signed up to play this season. Booney, on the other hand, likes doing the Rhine 1v1s. But again, your team is currently behind. I listen. As a former / current Reinhardt player, I would not judge Booney if they make adjustments here. Again, especially, but with Corey getting a big pick early, both like CPSs are now traded out in this fight early. Again, you have the speed advantage for the side of the Schnabeltier. They need to be the aggressive team because Nathan and Simply Dino are just gonna be there. You go, perfect. They get Cat. They're able to posture on point. Booney kills that pylon. Now, again, take advantage of your numbers and your speed, right? The Lancers right now are playing so greedy with this kind of double flex support look, that you should just be able to walk over them and get these picks.
Yeah, and now that you do have this,
as there they go, the speed engage is used. Zane might be caught out, but gets Nathan and Simply Dino so low. They need to keep pushing forward. Your team is healthy. You can hit the gas. But Corey is instead the first person to fall, taking that duel with Invictus around point. Now you're at that disadvantage, and the tempo is in favor of the Lancers. There's a little posture around the top of point, just holding on this high ground, allowing Invictus to just pump in the damage on this Cassidy. Cat loses that shield, is broken at the moment. But again, Dongwanger just pumping in damage with the bar rocket. Signing Baba falling very low. A nice pin on the Cat by Booney. Establishes that MTT. Nathan will find Neptune and Dongwanger will find Charbotron though. So this fight is still in favor for the Lancers. They find Dynamite by the man Corey and Booney. Last man standing. The Bastion on this point will fall, getting their team to a very reasonable 85% though.
Yeah, the good news for the Schnabeltier is that's a nice percentage gain so far, but the bad news is now the Lancers are starting to build these ults, playing into like the Kitsune Rush or the Alari Sunstrike. Like that's really tough to play into, but you do have Neptune with this overclock. One of the top DPS in the league. Never mind, gets diffed by Invictus. No ults used though, so the Schnabeltier should be able to reset here pretty quickly. But yeah, like I said earlier, like, the overclock is huge from Neptune coming out, but now that the support ults are starting to get built up here, they could always look to engage with either the rush or the beat here. Try to play really aggressive, but the longer it takes them, the closer Paige is going to get to getting a Shatter of her own.
The overclock is used by Neptune as well as the barrage in response. The barrage, neither ult seeming to find anything though, but Zainu Baba will lay down that beat. He does not have beat advantage. The rush comes through. Every ults are being used at once. Nathan with a big, whatever that ult is called, finds 3 off of the back of it.
Captive Sun.
Zainu Baba will fall on point, and it looks like this first point will be in favor of the Lancers.
So yeah, a lot of ults used there. The Lancers ultimately use more ults. They use 4 to the Schnabeltier's 3, but they do end up winning the point, so you do take that every time. It does look like the point is going to be on the Lancers' side here. So they are going to have a slight advantage here in terms of their spawn. So momentum, the Lancers look to keep momentum going here. Looks like they are going to get this early point trio here with the space garnered here. But again, slight ult advantage here for the Schnabeltier, especially this Curie Rush is a huge ultimate here. Can just set the tempo really early. Corey is actually flanking really early. Might get caught out here. Ultimately able to...
Yeah, we do see Neptune opting to match. Big pin by Booney. No, Invictus with a high noon will find Neptune as well as Invictus falls slow, but has Nathan to keep them up. Cat will fall to Booney. Oh, Booney wants that one back. That was the, ladies and gentlemen, Swiffer Wet Jet whiff of the day. Pin didn't quite connect, but Simply Dino will trade out Sharpatron. Zainu will fall as well. Booney will get staggered out on this point. So again, early point control in favor of the Lancers. As what I want to see from the Paninii, I brought it up on that first map, but you have the Lucio. I almost want them to be having this more brawl, close fighting appearance, right? You want to run at the Alari, you want to run at the Cassidy, but instead you're taking these long-range pokers. Corey, you know, does find the Alari there, so great pick. Now you need to play to that tempo. Speed in, get those picks. Dongwagler falling very low, Invictus as well. Dongwagler close to another barrage, by the way. Used one like 2 fights ago, as Invictus will fall low as well, but...
Yeah, like I said earlier,
Invictus so low, they need to capitalize. Will fall to Neptune and forces the teleport and from Simply Dino. Neptune doesn't get traded off the back of it though, but Zainu will take Dongwagler. And this should be a flip here. Cat is the last one alive, looking to find anything, but getting a lot of this point progress here. Both Reinhardt's very low, scared to swing, but Booney will get that pick on the Cat. Nathan opting to get out with their life.
Yeah, like I said too, especially into the Reinhardt, you play a lot of these brawl comps. The Pharah is able to get so much spam damage with that AoE burst, can hit multiple targets at once. You just build that barrage up so quickly. So I'm expecting to see like every like fight and a half these Pharahs to build their ult. Neptune does end up swapping over to Mirror too, so looks like it's going to be a big air battle here for both DPS.
Yeah, the high noon comes up from Corey, a good counter pin. Cat's very low. Oh, the Susu is so good. Cat should still die here, but is out somehow. I don't know how they got out so fast, but Dongwagler falling low. Cat's still half HP, but is getting healed up nice and fast by Simply Dino and Nathan. The pin comes in from Booney. They're trying to separate Dongwagler, but they're full HP. Zainu Baba is instead punished for being so aggressive. Both barrages will come out. Neptune finds Cat. Corey will find Nathan, but Dongwagler will find Corey. And it's so scrappy right now. The Pharah is both pumping in this damage. Invictus is so low. Dongwagler is so low. The Shatter comes through. Connects on Simply Dino. If they can find that pick, that's massive. They will get it. And it's just Dongwagler here on the point. 1 HP and counting. Nice shot by Charvatron to take them out of the air. And now it's a 1-1 on New Junk City.
Yeah, honestly, Booty's Shatter there might have not been needed. I think it was a 5v3, maybe a 5v4, and you were at 100, almost 100% to your point charge. So going into this, using a lot of ults here, the Lancers are going to have this advantage here. Both Curie Rushes are up. I'd say with these comps, that's probably the strongest ult.
It is used by Charmtron very aggressively. I really like this.
Oh, he cancels it!
They cancel the Shatter, Booney! Corey finds 2 as well. It's just Neptune now. This fight is a 5v4. Booney, fantastic. You know, again, you were just saying how Booney maybe didn't need to use that Shatter, but, you know, if you just cancel Cats, then you're now winning in that ult bank. Again, though, like I do wish that, you know, maybe the Schnabeltier could have kept up that aggressiveness there. You know, you got 2 picks. Maybe just keep getting those picks. You can have Zainu just cap the point. As again, both these Reinhardt's posturing now up in this doorway. The Suzu had to be used already as the Invictus. Both Cassidy's now popping the high noon. The beat as well. They want to get in, and Corey finds 2 off the back of it. Corey finding 3 in this fight, putting up those ringer numbers.
Yeah, like you said, kind of using these ults kind of to set this tempo. They could be going in without the ults, but the ults kind of just guarantee this fight. The fight before that, they did use that Curie Rush really aggressively, just played up that speed to try to look for those early picks. Last fight there, you did see them use the High Noon and the speed, try to go really aggressively, which worked perfectly for them. The problem there is they are starting to use these ults for aggression, but now they're starting to run out of ults here. Their ult pick looking pretty dry. Booney and Neptune are the only ones even close to their ult, but it looks like the Lancers, if they go fast here, might be able to catch the Schnabeltier before they even get their ults up for this fight here.
Both bars chunking in that damage, Corey falling to half HP as well as Invictus. Both Cassidy's now under pressure on this fight. Cat falls to half HP. Both support ults from the side of the Lanterns coming at the point. Cat with a big pin, won't quite connect, but they find Corey and Nathan now out of these fights support before. The rush is still up as Booney is in there swinging on Cat. Has the support, forces the Suzu out from Simply Dino. Cat falling very low, and the Shatter seals the deal. Booney will find that pick, and Vicus at 1 HP has to be healed up by Simply Dino. The both barrages are traded, will find each other from these bars in the air. Invictus is 1 HP, will die to that hammer swing. It's just Simply Dino there, trying to not get out with their life. They will teleport away, and it's now a 2-1 lead in favor of the Schnabeltier.
Yeah, like I said, with the previous fight, the Schnabeltier were kind of down on their ults, but they did just force a lot of ults from the Lancers, so they got to be really happy with this. Now they do have this Curie Rush and no support ults up for the Schnabeltier, or the Lancers. They only do have this Casa ult, which they swap over to the Ashe and just throw that ult charge away. So probably going to be no ults coming into this next fight for the Lancers, so advantage does go in favor of the Schnabeltier. And now that they already have 2 points garnered on Flashpoint here, could be a huge advantage for them.
Booney fighting very aggressive. They pull out the rush from their teammate to keep them nice and healthy. I like this aggressiveness. They need to be punishing Cat here. Forces the TP from Simply Dino. They want the blood, though. They're going for the DPS. As Zainu Baba is so aggressive in that backline, trying to find these picks, but may die to Cat, who's chasing them down. Yeah, Zainu does die to Cat. They have the Shatter as well, so Booney needs to be a little bit careful. He should know that the Shatter is up. It does come down, is either blocked or missed. I unfortunately don't see that, but Invictus finds Corey as Booney, another nice spin, finds Nathan. This fight is being taken place all over. Booney finding 2 in this fight, but now it's a 2v2. Zainu is now back here in the fight. Neptune trying to win this fight against Dongwaggler in the air, but the Booney with his Shatter just to ensure that they get Invictus out of this fight. Neptune helping him clean up that fight, and wow, what a point capture and contest from the side of the Schnabeltier.
Yeah, Booney's got to be feeling himself right there. Zane does die early, so you do lose that speed and you lose that beat. But ultimately, the Schnabeltier, again, playing towards that aggressiveness, getting that target focus, getting a lot of picks there.
I like this a lot. The beat as well as the noon come out. Booney finds one, Corey finds the other. The roommate's putting in the work. Cat falling very low, hasn't been up, but will die. 82% and counting, and there's only 3 members of the Lancers alive. Invictus has the bomb to send it up, and Invictus will fall. The bomb not on point either. So the Schnabeltier just simply backing up the point, but the bomb still finds Corey. But this should just be it. The Schnabeltier will win, taking us to a 1-1 series, Paninii.
Yeah, Booney's got to be feeling himself right now, too. After a really rough first map, now a really dominant showing there overall from the Schnabeltier. So, I'm excited to see what's in store for this series, as it does look like this is going to be a good one here.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, definitely exciting to see just the Reinhardt game in every map, right? I think again, I just like that they played around Booney more on that composition. So if they want to enable this Reinhardt brawl, Reinhardt v Reinhardt, they're definitely
it's broken.
Definitely doing it right now on the Schnabeltier. But
I'm trying to see if I can get my stats thing here to work, but I don't know if it's gonna.
We will see Ninja Drew coming back in, as well as, we will see Ninja Drew coming in for Zainu Baba, as well as Rusty Goomba coming back in for Simply Dino here as we head into the next map. It will be the map pick of the Lancers. So again, I wonder if we just keep it rolling with these, very brawl favored maps where Lancers decide, no, we're gonna go to our tempo. We're gonna take you to, a long range sniper map like Havana or. I think Numbani's in the pool. I honestly have no idea what's in the pool right now. I think Junkertown's in the pool.
Junkertown, I think, is, yeah. Play a lot more pokey, yeah. I could see that.
Or if, again, they're saying, no, we want to play the Rhine v Rhine. We're here to have fun. They take us to a clash or push.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that going to, some sort of pokey map for the Lancers would kind of benefit their team here more. I am also like really curious. We did have Zane playing the first 2 maps. Now Drew coming in. Zane, kind of known for that Lucio, plays a lot of that main support. Ninja Drew is much more comfortable on the flex support. The Lancers do take us to Eichenwald, which is another really good like Rhine map. But like you said, it is a lot more like a lot of those escort maps are a lot more spread out than say a Clash. So I could still see this working in favor of the Lancers, kind of playing a little bit further back, try to get that poke out. So yeah, I am like I said earlier though, I am really curious to see if Charbotron maybe is gonna go to main support or maybe just stay on the flex support, like just kind of help out Zainu.
Well, Charbotron did play main support in map 1 with Zainu Baba playing flex support, and then they swapped out in map 2.
You're right.
So I would assume that Charbotron will be on the Lucio here. Right? That is kind of their more character. The character they play more.
I think also it's a little bit more fair because I think Scorpio is a main support. If you were to
Scorpio
play
plays both. They always do the swap around on the Schnabeltier.
I haven't seen a lot of Schnabeltier recently, so I'm not 100% sure exactly what they have been running, but I trust your judgment. So having issues with this.
I will say though, I really like this Eichenwald pick.
I do too.
Again, you can play the Reinhardt
on the high ground
that you like, but. Yeah, but you have these high grounds, these angles that you can play the Ashe, you can play the Pharah, right? You can play these things that, again, the Lancers have looked really good running and playing with, right? Especially this point too. It's gonna be so hard. As I guess we're on bad servers, so we will restart. But it's gonna be so hard to walk in on that castle, right? As the Reinhardt, if there's still a Reinhardt there, just holding shield for your Ashe, right? Who's just picking everyone who's trying to take that space, and Pharah just chunking damage into that core, right? Trying to come up those stairs. So I really like this map pick. I couldn't even tell you what's in the pool for hybrid, but I'm interested to see how both these teams take this approach. If we still see Neptune trying to match kind of that Pharah in the air, again, it looks pretty good last map, or if we see still like this still more brawl centric from these teams, if we see like a May or anything like that. But no, it will be Pharah, Echo, Dongwaggler actually on the Ashe, and Invictus on the Echo. So
Ninja Drew, he's thinking about it. Does go to Lucio. Interesting. Oh, they're still thinking about it. I mean, defending too, you kind of gotta have these like on lock, because not being able to know what you're gonna run could just cost your team some time here. Okay, yeah, this is a lot more what we expected. Like you said, Charbotron is on the Lucio, Ninja Drew is on the Kiriko here. What are your thoughts on running a Kiriko here instead of like say a Baptiste or even a Juno, some sort of Juno
I do not like Kiriko, especially against a Reinhardt, since you know that's what's gonna be coming out. It used to be really good when you could Suzu Shatters.
Yeah.
But now the Reinhardt can swing on multiple targets. You don't have that kind of group healing. Especially if you're playing the Pharah, you're playing the Widow. So I guess I kind of like Kiriko for that situation, but I would honestly just rather see like a Juno break from the Schnabeltier here, or like even Juno Lucio is like playable to an extent. So
I feel like in general Juno does a lot of the stuff Lucio does, but yeah.
Yeah, both teams taking quite a while to set up, but no, Invictus will get that first pick on Neptune, a nice booger stick. Suzu's already forced from Ninja Drew as they fall very low. Cat will find Corey. Meanwhile, I think off of a pin, just got in close to Corey. Invictus chunking in the damage on the backline. Cat with another nice pin. They'll find Charbotron. Rusty Goomba cleaning it up with those Juno orbs, and Invictus with the pick on Ninja Drew. And you know, it took a little while, but they did win the first fight for the Lancers here. Forced the swaps out as well, so they have an insane ult advantage here coming up forward on this second point on Icon.
Yeah, like playing through first point there is really rough too, because there's literally only one door you can come through. So really, honestly, pretty quick considering some of the holds I've seen on Ike. But Invictus again gets the first pick. Invictus on this Echo has been automatic. Maybe he's got to change his one trick from Ashe to Echo, but not a clinic here on this Echo.
Yeah, I mean, I won't even say he's a one-trick, but Invictus does find Neptune here again. Invictus, like you said, looking so good. And Cat just uses the slam, finds Ninja Drew. I mean, when you're getting ult as fast as Cat has been, I think that's fine. So, again, Invictus has been looking so good, like you said, on this Echo. A character that, again, I don't think many people knew him for. I know he plays Tracer a lot. I know he plays, you know, every hit scan a lot. But, again, the tempo is now coming out from the Schnabeltier. They need to set up, get these fights. You know there's an Invictus, but okay, and no, Dongwaggler starting it again, finds Corey. The Juno ult as well, but they pin the Juno who just flies away, and Invictus gets Ninja Drew as well. Booney will fall to Cat, and Charbotron trying to stay alive as long as they can will fall, and it's just been a dominant map so far for the side of the lane.
And Neptune's gonna get staggered here too. So yeah, it should be a 0.2 cap with 5.5 minutes left. A blistering pace on this attack here. Good news for the Schnabeltier is they are starting to get close to some of these ultimates here. Again, now that Paige has used that Shatter, Booty has a Shatter advantage. Neptune actually swapped over to the Bastion. Playing the Pharah into the Bastion really good.
The rush comes out as well, so this is the tempo call you need to make here. As the pin comes through, it connects on the duplicate. The Shatter's massive from Booney. Can they get anything out of it? They find Cat. The Captain's Son in response from everybody. There's all the ults. The beat comes out from Charbotron. The duplicate still from Corey to avoid that Captain's Son. It just forces the Lanterns to fully back out, but they have the bomb now, so they still have the ult advantage in this fight. With, again, both teams using so much there for only, like, 3 kills, I think.
Yeah, 4 ults used from the Schnabeltier is really rough, too. Again, Rusty Goomba on this Juno, the Captive Son, or the,
Bob goes on the ground, a nice counter pin from Booney as the shield just be up. Neptune just burning it out. It will fall. Corey falls to Nathan, though. A nice shot on the Yolari, and they're set up in a really nice base. Rusty Goomba as well, just hitting these shots, keeping everyone nice and healthy. And the cart's moving. Guys, someone needs to touch.
And they don't. They see 9. I mean, even if you just have send your Lucio to touch, like maybe Neptune can get his ult, maybe he can zone people off the point.
So
and I think
gain
Cage
19 seconds.
Back. That's rough. 4
gain
minutes
19
seconds.
Again, I like this map pick from from the Lancers.
I still can't say it enough. I think Juno is just probably
Juno's
the #1 support in the game, and
Juno is so strong, especially in team, team-oriented events.
You can use your speed ring kind of similar to Lucio's speed boost. So you still have that speed boost for the engage. You also can do a lot of healing, and when you're running a flyer, your torpedoes can hit your flyer to get some more healing in. So it just kind of helps you heal that a little bit more. On top of that, having probably the best ultimate in the game with the orbital strike. It's just such a good pick here for Rusty Goomba, and he's playing it really well. So, part of the reason I think the Lancers have looked so dominant here.
Yeah, again, Rusty, pretty good at the video game, I think. Again, I think the big thing right now for Juno, why they're so strong, is it allows their team to both play passive and aggressive, right? The healing output is not nothing, so they're essentially, again, almost a double flex support, assuming you're in line of those pylons, right? You're giving up, again, that group healing, but when you have an Ashe and you have an Echo, right, you don't care if you have a Baptiste doing burst healing. You don't care if you have, a Lucio doing group healing or a Brig doing group healing, because they're going to be on those off angles anyway, right? So we do see very aggressive push here as Neptune will find Rusty Goomba. Great target, great wall as well, so Cat should fall here. A nice spin from Booney, won't quite connect, but Lance's forced here from Ninja Drew, and no! Cat and Invictus completely turning this fight. Nathan as well. A nice flank from Invictus, chunking in that damage. And honestly, a fight that should have been very in favor of the Schnabeltier just gets absolutely stuffed.
Yeah, a big charge there from Paige. I think got one with just the cleave burst, pinned someone else, and just kind of set up the team to kind of take that fight. Even though she did pay for it for her life, I think you take that every time to be able to get 3 with 1 charge. Also, just looking at it now, twice as much ult charge as Booty probably will get this shattered mid-fight. Wall comes out, catches Paige. Neptune does use his Bastion for him, but the Lancers do manage to evade it there. Now, looking to re-engage here, Neptune gets taken down by Invictus with that beam, and without that big damage from Bastion, the Lancers should look to play aggressive here. Booney's a little bit split, is able to charge out and keep his life. Corey forced to Iceblock here. Corey might get punished.
Yeah, Corey in a bad spot right now with the Echo on top of him. They do get the lamp from Ninja Drew, but the duplicate comes out. The ice block as well just to keep Invictus in the duplicate form alive. Paige is there. They're close to a shatter. It's going to be so disastrous for the Schnabeltier. They're not expecting it. Corey does get that duplicate form before the Blizzard can come out from Invictus. The Blizzard as well in response will connect on Paige. Should fall here as Booney with the pin to confirm it, but Charbotron falls so low they have to get out. Dongwaggler is low in the backline as well, but still pumping in this damage. The Juno ring will keep them alive temporarily. And Invictus on another big flank here. If they can find a pick, that can be massive right now. That's what they need to play around right now on the side of the Lancers. But it looks like Invictus will get a last second touch. Lamp as well by Drew. Wait a minute. Invictus still alive, gets the healing orb. Neptune is in, but Dongwaggler and Invictus both fall. The Shatter comes out. Nathan and Cat clean up the fight. Neptune and Corey will fall. It's just Booney and Ninja Drew, and they'll flip it. Again, the Lancers are looking so decisive and so disciplined in when they want to take these fights.
Yeah, big touch there from Invictus too. Like you said, did set up that flank. Just being able to stay alive long enough for Paige to come back. Does get the Shatter, hits it onto Corey. And just Paige being able to kind of anchor point here is just so huge. With that 4.5 minute time bank, a lot of this is just trying to burn as much time as you can. Already down to 1 minute here for the Schnabeltier.
We'll connect on Invictus. That's a big pick here coming into this fight, but Bob is there on point, or not on point, but in the back line. Booney will try to put it off the map, but connect with the house. The window comes through. The Bob's still just chunking in damage. Forces the lamp from Ninja Drew's falling so low. Rusty Goomba has this ult as well. They will pick the Bob, but everyone's low. The beat has to come through. The Juno ult as well. The Shatter will connect on Cat. Cat is one, will fall to Ninja Drew. It's Nathan in trouble, will not quite get on top of the stairs. But again, the bunker on point right now. Invictus, Dongwaggler, and Rusty Goomba are also alive. Corey will find Nathan at the start of this. Booney fitting in, trying to find this damage, but Rusty Goomba still alive, chunking in those heals, chunking in that damage on the Juno character. Booney and Neptune moving up the point though. But again, Dongwaggler will get a lot of ult charge off of that dynamite. Let it be known.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last point too, is that's just a really good hold there. On first point, Ike is one of those maps that I feel like can get snowballed pretty easily here. But Paige already stabling on this high ground here, looking to try to control this castle, prevent the Schnabeltier from getting this high ground.
Yeah, and this is going to be, the problem is that this is going to be the hardest point for the Schnabeltier, but not if Neptune gets that opening pick onto Nathan. Beshiguma does find Booney, as Corey will use that Blizzard again just to try to snowball here, but won't find anything. Instead, it's Invictus finding 3 once again. Invictus
finding 4. I mean, the storyline of this game so far has been Invictus playing a character that, like, I feel like a lot of people weren't really expecting him to play, and he's just getting so much value, building this ult so quickly, and just getting so many, like, early picks, just kind of open up his team to get really aggressive here. Corey swapping over to the Widow. Now the Schnabeltier do run, when he becomes proper on Echo. Schnabeltier are running double hit scan. They really want to shut down Invictus here. Like we kind of mentioned earlier too, just being able to have this castle control, it's so hard to break through. So advantage definitely in favor of the Lancers. Invictus going for another really huge flank here.
And just look at the tension he's pulling, right? Corey is just swapping the Widowmaker, will get Invictus, but look how separated right now they are. Invictus, as Nathan will then trade that out onto Corey. Cat is just able to posture. The Shatter is blocked, so by Booney. So really well done. Dongwaggler finding 2 off of the dynamite as Nathan using that Captain's Sun just to confirm the lamp from Ninja Drew to keep them alive, but the support's fighting each other. Yeah, Nathan will end up winning that engagement.
Paige is typing. Paige is so respectful.
Victor says, he says, I don't know, and he
dropped it.
He learned Echo. And now they force Neptune to have to swap to this Genji. Once again, giving up ult charge just because they need to try to get these picks. Corey will find Nathan at the start of this point, so it is in favor. Invictus going, or excuse me, Neptune looking for that dive, but Invictus now just in that backline pulling so much attention. Even if he's not getting the picks, he's just wasting time for the Schnabeltier. So a nice pin from Booney. Will connect on Cat. Cat very low. Booney has a Shatter as well if they need it. The Bob comes through, but the Juno ult from Rusty Goomba as the Bob will find Charbotron here. The lamp not quite in time as, again, the duplicate now from Invictus on Genji finds Ninja. Corey will find Nathan. The Shadow connects on Dong Waggler from Booney, but Rusty Goomba is still alive. Booney very low as Invictus in the backline. Corey will find that pick. It's just Rusty Goomba playing on this cart, but Paige is almost back. Booney trying to swing on them, but Rusty's just so fast. As Cat in the backline, no, the shoulder check. Booney trying to find Cat. Now they will get it. Neptune on there. The Juno still alive though. It's a 4v5 on this point. No ults though for the side of the Lancers as Neptune will, Invictus will fall. Corey with a nice headshot. The beat to confirm it from Charbotron to make sure everyone stays nice and healthy. Neptune cleaning up. Rusty Goomba, Dongwalker will fall out of a nice headshot from Corey. And now we're in that last point territory with a minute and 30 for the Schnabeltier. It's a nice spin by Booney, but doesn't hit Cat into a wall, so Cat will just spin out, stay healthy. Gets nice all-start for Nathan. Neptune trying to find anything here. Does get stickied up by Invictus on that Echo once again. Pylon's still up though, keeping Cat nice and healthy. The advisory comes out from, or the sights from Corey now. They know where they are, ladies and gentlemen. As the Schnabeltier trying to walk it forward, they have a minute left. They need to win these next fights very fast here to keep this time on the clock. The Pulsar from Rusty Goomba will keep everyone healthy. A big pin from Cat connects on the Neptune. The counter pin from Booney will kill Neptune, but also gets Cat in trouble. But the healing is there. Cat's just staying healthy. They have the shatter. If they want to throw it, they find Ninja Drew. They're just walking forward. They have the Juno ring. They have the speed. They big shatter. It connects on Charbotron. It connects on Booney. Booney taking off the point. And there's 30 seconds left. This is last fight territory. Neptune making a swap onto the Bastion once again. Final 30 seconds. The chokehold is now on for the Lancers. They're holding close. They're looking for these picks. It's going to be up to Ninja Drew and Charbotron to touch. And Ninja Drew rigs so early, but they're going to be caught out. Ninja Drew will fall. Rusty Goomba with that nice pick. Tom Weather will find Corey. And I believe that your map 3 winners will, off of that pick from Nathan. And now it's just Booney and the Juno ult to confirm it. The Lancers will be taking the lead in a 2-1 series off of a dominant Eichenwald map.
Yeah, I mean, Lancers, like you said, I think this is a really good pick for him, able to kind of play that space. Invictus is just going crazy on this Echo, but late in that map, Paige kind of clutched up. Neptune had the Genji blade, could have played really aggressive there with that blade. No ults for the Lancers, but Paige manages to hit a pin, kills Neptune early, and just the team manages to clutch up around that huge early pick from Paige. So yeah, we'll see. Like you said earlier too, I think the Schnabeltier might want to go a lot more fast-paced here, play maybe a little bit more tight of a map. They did already play Flashpoint and Koth. Playing something like Clash, a really fast map that really relies a lot on this playing like a Lucio or something like that, just to play kind of fast, try to close distance, and really these tight corners that kind of benefit your Rhine. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick Clash here.
Yeah, I don't hate Clash.
Maybe
you use your
push even
Flashpoint,
too.
right? That's a really close
Yeah.
engage one. You can't really take it to a push because, again, the long sight lines, unless you maybe New Queen Street or
I'm checking
or
real quick.
Eichenwald maybe, or sorry, not Eichenwald.
If they go Escort, it is a really tough Escort pool for them. Route 66, Dorado, Junkertown, Shambali. Shambali really is the only one that I feel like is cool to play Reinhardt on. Like, I feel like I've seen Brawl on Shambali before, but I don't think they're going to play. They're going to Esperanza makes a lot of sense here. Again, like a push map, I feel like is another one where having that Lucio does really benefit your team. Able to not only get to the point faster, but able to kind of play to close these distance, play a little bit more closer together. I think this is still a pretty good map pick for the Schnabeltier. But now Dino is coming in for Rusty Goomba. I think that's what they ran on Flashpoint. Simply Dino, I think, was playing the Kiriko, and Nathan was, again, playing the Olari that he's been consistently kind of playing this entire series. I do think the Juno from Rusty Goomba was really good, but I think the Kiri also can put a lot of damage pressure in. Again, trying to play a lot more for that poke. I feel like Esperanza's not the worst one to kind of play for that kind of style here. There are a lot of high grounds you can kind of play around, so maybe just trying to control that high ground, allowing the Schnabeltier to push a little bit just so they can kind of play in your kill box for your DPS to just kind of do a lot of poking.
I have read the future. I think
yeah.
Invictus will keep playing Echo.
Yeah. It's
I
been
think
working,
Dongwagler
like-
will either play a flyer or like a tracer or something.
The Ashe, I think, was getting a lot of
and-
value too with those dynamites, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him even stay on the Ashe.
And I think Neptune will also play a flyer here, to be honest.
Neptune showing the Bastion there late. I think wanted to try to work a lot more on trying to break that shield and punish Paige, but ultimately it is really weak. It's hard to kill the flyers with the Bastion, especially if the flyers are playing really far away. Just the damage spread, especially from that turret form, doesn't really do a whole lot. So like, he's
Well,
showing
if it
the
ain't
May
broke,
right now, I can see that. Yeah,
if
like
it ain't broke, don't fix it. I do much rather prefer Juno over Kiriko here. Like I said, I think Kiriko kind of sucks into a Reinhardt.
Yeah.
To be honest. And again, you have this very individual healing now. For both.
I will say,
sports, but
Ninja Drew on the Ana, Kiri makes a lot more sense here. Having that Suzu for that nade, Ninja Drew hitting these big nades. If there isn't a Suzu, could be fight winning just with one nade. Especially the fact that you're playing against a Ryan comp. Everyone's going to be kind of playing near each other, hitting multiple players with this nade could be a huge win condition for the Schnabeltier.
Ninja Drew already so low, gets zoned out by Invictus. Invictus will get that first pick here. Cat with a very aggressive pin. Adapter doesn't get that trade in Invictus, but Cat will get Corey just cleaning out that high ground. Cat does not care if they fall low because they killed everybody over there. The cart now in motion for the Schnabeltier, but it's a 3 versus 5 here. The wall will separate Dongwagler, but again, Paige just going in, looking for this picks. Booney does not have a charge. The Dynamite will connect onto Neptune, falling very low, and they don't have a backline, so they need to be so careful. It's just Charbotron on the healing, but yeah, Booney will just get ran over. They're not able to speed out in time. Neptune, left alone, will get staggered out for their troubles. And again, the Lancers looking so much more disciplined and in control on this composition.
Yeah, and now the Lancers, like I said earlier, with this high ground, you can play this high ground. It's so hard to dislodge the DPS from this bridge here without kind of taking your entire team and running bridge. The Ashe and the Echo can do so much damage, so much AoE. Page falls really low, might not matter.
Yeah, Paige will fall, which is big, but they trade out Corey, who was fighting on the cart alone. Dogwagler getting that point, or pick. Simply Dino falls low, but we'll get out. Neptune getting the pylon. Dogwagler falls to half HP, but is close to this Bob if they really need it. Again, the problem is that the tempo has to be so slow for the Schnabeltier running this Ana. They can't overextend where the Ana can't see them or get healed. As look where Drew has to play. The Blizzard comes out from Neptune, but I will not connect on anything. A little bit of an overthrow, I think, as Invictus so low can die here. Corey will get that pick. And now again, Booney walking forward, trying to find Nathan here. Nathan is so low. The pin blocks, or the pylon blocks the pin, but Corey will clean up that kill. And now again, the Schnabeltier now walking forward, connects on the Shatter on Cat, and that's the tempo change you need if you're the Schnabeltier. Booney trying to go in, find these picks, Corey as well. And no, they decide to bunker back on point.
Yeah, it's good for the Schnabeltier that they're able to kind of stabilize there. They are getting this point progress. I don't know if they'll be able to get the checkpoint in time. I think they might. The problem is it was kind of an expensive fight for them. Now there are 5 DPS or 5 ults coming out for the Lancers. With this Bob, they could even try to have the Bob touch, but no, it looks like the Schnabeltier will get point.
You are not streaming the match.
You are right. You are right. Right when you said Paninii, I knew.
The duplicate comes out. Invictus will fall after trading out Ninja Drew, though. This fight is still now in favor for the Schnabeltier, as they are even in a 4v4, but Ninja Drew being out of this fight. The longer this fight goes, the more it benefits the the beat to confirm it here by Charbotron. They want to get these fights going. Dongwagler does get picked by Neptune as well, and now it's just Cat on point. If they can stagger out Cat here, that's so big. But a big shatter won't quite get blocked by Booney, and the pin in response. Booney will fall. Charbotron should fall. And Neptune falls as well. Yeah, Charbotron will fall there. Wonderful shatter by Cat. Just lays it down, finds 3.
Yeah, a really expensive fight for the Schnabeltier too. Having to use the nano and the beat there is brutal. The pulse from Corey is going to build pretty quickly, so it doesn't really matter too much, but both those support ults being used is rough. And now the Curie Rush, especially going into this next fight, is going to be rough. Booney does have a huge advantage with the Shatter, but with that Curie Rush, able to get so many swings and get so much cleave, Cat might be able to make it up pretty quickly here.
And Invictus fighting that first pick is massive too. It's just it's gonna be so hard for the Schnabeltier to come back in this fight as Invictus is pumping in that damage. Dongwagler will find Charbotron here out of the fight. Booney's so low, has to play around point, but is surrounded on all angles, and Dongwaggler cleaning it up so much. It's just a Tracer now. A nice Bionade from Drew, but it's too little too late. And again, I want Drew to swap off the Ana. It's just so hard in this matchup. You can't play for that tempo that you want with your Lucio.
Yeah, like, the Kiri, I think, does kind of play with that tempo a little bit more. The nades are a big win condition, but just have not been connecting in order to open up these fights. Now it looks like the Schnabeltier will be able to contest before this checkpoint, but I think they are just going to give it here, actually. Try to chase
the pylon. They zone out Nathan, falling very low there during that fight, but Simply Down is there. Keep them up. Corey's falling low. Booney falls low. Neptune is low. Everyone is low right now, and Drew is still getting pressured. Excuse me. And again, I think that's the problem with running this Ana, is Drew either needs to play so far back that his team can't push forward so he's not pressured by the Ashe and Ara, or has to play close where they're able to, you know, heal their team, but then it's so easy for Invictus and Dong or even Nathan to, you know, find this pressure on them. So we will see as this bot keeps marching forward in favor of the Lancers, getting so close here, but Invictus finds Neptune again at the start of this point, and it's gonna be so tough. So for the Schnabeltier, they have Shatter, they have Pulse Bomb will not quite connect. The Bob comes through from Dongwaggler. They want to win the fight here. Booney has the Shatter if they need it, but Cat has theirs as well. Neptune finds Dongwaggler. That's a big pick. The Nano comes out onto Booney, but Invictus, and the Shatter is laid down by Cat. They connect on Booney. Booney has their own. Connects on Cat now. And now Booney will trade out Cat, but everyone else has died on the side of the Schnabeltier. And ladies and gentlemen, over a full point, the Lancers will win their first match of the season. No longer winless in Aurora.
Yeah, that's gotta feel good. Not only getting that first win, but being able to do it with Paige on the Rhine. One thing going into the season, we didn't know how much Paige Rhine we were gonna see. After the entire series, Paige shows it's not that bad. Able to make it work here. Really dominant, honestly, down the stretch there for the Lancers. Able to kind of find something that worked and just kind of commit to that play style. That being said, I think a lot of players on the Lancers played super well today. Is there a discussion?
Invictus, listen, here's the deal. Invictus had every single map looked so good, and we saw him on characters he doesn't normally play. His Echo was just absolutely phenomenal. Are they still in their voice? I don't know if I can pull them.
Yeah, they are. I
okay.
can get them.
But
I will say
again,
I kind of want to give it to the MTD.
Yeah, but okay. Here's the deal.
Do we give like a meme? Player of the match, or do we give it to the guy that carried the team?
If the Lancers would rather give it officially to Paige, that's fine. But I want to give it to Invictus in here, just because again, Booney did not play poorly. I don't think it was necessarily an MTD. I just don't think it's possible for him to create space and play against Paige when Invictus is killing 4 people every fight.
At the end of the day,
and Rusty Goomba is doing so much on Juno as well. That's my other shout out, by the way.
Rusty Goomba
to Rusty Goomba that I would give it to.
I will agree with you. I will give it to Invictus. I do think it's kind of hard to give it to Paige when Invictus kind of held the entire lobby hostage and just kind of able to clutch up so many of these fights. So I'll bring him in here.
I've got 4 people.
Invictus, you've got 4 people and a match MVP.
Oh, okay. That was me? I thought Cat was getting it.
Nope. You got it.
Cool.
If your team would like in score reporting give it to Cat, that's okay, but we decided to give it to you here on Prod. Just again, every map you looked phenomenal, and while Paige did win that tank duel on the Reinhardt against Booney, I think there was a big benefit in Paige in the fact that you were killing 4 every single fight, and Booney could not kill you once because you're in the air or so far away from him that he couldn't swing or fire strike you. So,
yeah,
congratulations.
That's reasonable. I don't know why I landed on Echo or Farah. TBH, I didn't even think about the Rhine mirror at all. Actually, I was just like, I just want to play shit that's fun. Yeah. And I realized really quickly that I suck on first map or first round. And then I was like, you know what? If we're gonna run high poke, it's an Ilios map. I don't really play Echo, but like I can survive forever. and see what happens. And it worked.
Yeah.
It worked very well, even, I think some people would say. Again,
speaking of that, like poke you were talking about, I did notice like pretty early in the series, Nathan going onto that Allari, kind of not like a traditional hero. Was that planned going into the series, or was he just kind of like thought it would work and just wanted to try it out?
That's something that we had scrimmed in the past with Allari Juno, and then I think he just stuck with it because he was doing really good on it.
Yeah. I think that was a big kind of like you could feel like after that first map or the first point, him going over to the Allari, I think kind of gave your team a nice advantage there, able to get more poke damage in.
Yeah, I think the idea was just we were just gonna full lean into the poke. Just I don't know. I mean, we saw another collegiate team that had played Pharah, Ashe, Allari, Juno, and Rhine on circuit defense, and then we copied them. And
Yeah.
now we just kind of like the comp for any map because it kind of suits our like playstyle strength, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it looked good. Like I said, I mean, Paige was just able to hold that space, do that damage like she likes to do on that Reinhardt, and you know was being healed up nice and healthy from the Juno and the Kiriko, both able to just kind of pocket her because you know you have a Ashe on one flank, you have an Echo on the other flank. They're not taking poke damage going into that fight. That you find the pick at the start, forces the everyone else to either turn around and deal with you or try to take a fight where it's a 4v5, right? And it just looked so clean from you guys, so disciplined. Again, I brought it up especially on Eichenwald. You guys knew when you wanted to take your fights. They looked clean. Your target priority was really strong. And yeah, I just have to give big kudos to you. You guys did not look like an 0-4 team today. And so again, I personally am saying, I could see you guys ending without losing another game going forward. Not to curse anything, but if you guys play every match like how you played today, I think your team has nothing but good things in its future.
I guess I have good things to say to my team. I have ideas of what to tell my team before matches to make us perform better for sure.
I do also want to point this out. I don't know what reminded me of this, but I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Pred panel at all this season. There is only one believer in the Lancers, and that was Mr. Riddle Dog, who has been kind of the dissenter all season and able to kind of show everyone up here. Going into this,
thank you, Mr. Commish.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, going into this, like you guys again hadn't won a game. How does it feel to get like your first win of the season?
I think everyone on the team is like really happy that it happened, because we were maybe under the stress of like, are we gonna be another winless team? And I'm really happy that that is not like a curse that we have to be burdened with anymore. Like we get our one win, and now we just don't have to try for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Paige got her
that's fair.
One win, not going to be winless anymore.
Yeah, and they got a full series of just playing Reinhardt. Like,
yeah,
dream come true.
True. Let me think. There's another question I was going to ask you. I might have forgot it. You got anything else, Flambo?
Not really. I don't think so. I guess the one thing I'd say is, when I mean, it's just kind of a continue to my praise earlier, but when you're again like Eichenwald, like things like that, who's really the person kind of taking the lead, that IGL on your team? Is everyone kind of vocal? Does everyone kind of know their roles already, or who's kind of that decider of, okay, we're going now 3, 2, 1, or here's our target, let's look for them? Who's doing that on your team?
I think there's several contributors because everyone memes on me for picking up 15 tank players, but at least tank players know how to communicate. So I got Nathan, he's on the comms. I got Rusty Goomba, he's on the comms. I'm on the comms a lot. I feel like maybe I'm the one that's like calling the most proactive plays because I'm just copying what other teams do. So I'm just telling my team to do what other teams do for proactive plays. But Nathan and Rusty Goomba are the first two that come to mind with the really solid high-level comms that help us react properly to like pushes by the enemy team or weird things, weird plays that they do and stuff like that. I think they're really, really solid at that.
Awesome.
Would you like to take El Clasico, Flambo?
I mean, I can. If you were not the MVP today, Mr. Invictus, who would you choose on your team, and why would you give it to them today for that match MVP?
Well, I would give Cat match MVP just because they win the Ryan duel, so therefore they're awesome sauce. I also want to give big shout out to Nathan. He popped off on the Alari this game, and you know, he just knew what he was going to get a lot of value on, and he did. So kudos to him as well. Kudos to my whole team, though. I mean, everyone played in sync. Like, no one was like worried about losing or trying not to lose. Everyone was just playing to win and having fun. It was great.
Peak Overwatch, as they say.
Yeah, I would say so.
But yeah, I think that just about does it. Thank you for Invictus for having a great interview with us. Again, congratulations to your team for the first win. Congratulations on winning a player of the match. Everyone watching, I believe there will be a game streamed at 9 p.m. Between the Floppers and the Bobcats. We do have a Cat Bowl, so stay tuned for that. I guess other than that, I think that just about does it for this stream. We'll be back at, again, 9 o'clock. My name is Paninii, signing off for myself and FlamboJambo. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay safe and have a good night.